know, it's Monkey Mountain time at last. Everybody's swinging, even the monkeys. They're all standing on the side of the road, hitchhiking to the a little loud. Yeah, hitchhiking to the name because it's on limits. Well, guess who's with me? Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. We finally got a day off together. So we went downtown, went to see what's going on down there. So we went to see what's going on, and it was nothing much. Well, we came back from downtown, must have been about 10:30. Well, we were off limits and past curfew, but we got our way anyway. So we got back on base. So, you know, we finally came through the gate. Well, NSF, which is the Navy Police, we were riding in the back of the truck. It's a jail truck. We're hitchhiking on the side of the road, so there's only front seat, and in the back of it, it's a pickup. So the guy locks us up in there, and we drive through. You should have seen the security police face when we came through the gate, man. He looks in the back of the truck. There's Jeff and I sitting down there. Yeah, just spending the night over here. But the guys on the gate was laughing, and so did the Navy police, you know, because we were just hitchhiking a ride. And, well, Jeff knows a guy because the guy was working with him for a while. Just trying to get up here. Come work in Monkey Mountain. So we're sitting over here and we're playing your tape. And he was enjoying Dad singing and everything. And Sue's playing. I don't think he stopped laughing yet. So, he's been fooling around. So we're sitting here, and all of a sudden, a microphone comes out, man. We're having a red alert on base. So we didn't know what was going on. So we got out there, man. The war was on, Mum. The war was on. You should have seen it, Mum. We were taking rockets, Mum. They had these zips coming in and out, running on the base with claymore mines, satchel charges. Man, they were blowing up everything. But we won the war, Mum. We won the war. Thanks to Jeff's great ingenious idea, which means he told everybody it was just a practice, so we all went back to the hooch. Well, here's Jeff. He can say a few words because he can play it, you know, for Jeff's parents, and probably give it to him. He's got one. He already has one tape recorder, but he's getting a nice small one so he can send home like I did, I think. So I'll have him speak for a while. So here he is.
Well, nothing much I have to say really. Seeing as how I've never ever met y'all, but a few times. And, well, first of all, I'm trying to get over here with Mike up here in the mountain because a lot better duty, less hassle from the lifers and all. But,
Yeah, go to school.
Well, Ernie just came in, my roommate, and he just said that he's hearing a few incoming rockets from Da Nang. So that's why Jeff's out here, because they're bombing Da Nang tonight. Well, maybe Jeff can speak for a while and talk to his parents. You can give him the tape. Maybe he can talk to his parents and his family right now. So, here it goes.
actually, there's no big hassle over here, you know, a few rockets now and then, but there's never anything really happen much, you know. A couple of guys were in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's all. Rockets aren't like bullets or, you know, there's nothing behind them. They just sort of find their own way, you know. If you should happen to be around when they hit, well, that's just the way it goes. So there's really nothing much to worry about over here. I mean, we're fairly secure. The base is secure. I mean, everybody is, you know, it's happy-go-lucky atmosphere over here. Everybody's pretty uptight with everybody, trying to help everybody out. It's more so than any other base I've ever seen. And I don't know, there's really no reason to worry at all. If anything, it's really a pretty good tour so far. Especially, you know, I'm trying to adopt this little girl now, you know, and if I can get her I think it'd be really one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Any of the bases I ever went to or anything, you know, it's really going to be great. So, y'all back there in the States, you just take it easy, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Oh, Dad, like I mentioned earlier.
Another beer?
No, that's not what I mentioned earlier.
But we need one anyway.
Right. Yeah, Jeff and I were laughing. Well, we were really enjoying your great voice, Dad. It was fantastic, you know, Spanish eyes, and whatever that French song you're singing about, Alley Cat. Yeah. Who was playing the piano at that all the time? Was it Jennifer or Sue?
It was Sue.
I think it was Sue.
Yeah, I know he said it was Sue.
Well,
My name is Sue.
I don't know. This is the first time Jill and I have really had a chance to get together. And we had a good time. We went down to Da Nang all day. All day. Well,
Well, Mr. Netto, you really have nothing to worry about your son over here. I mean, being a Frenchman and all, and teaching him a few of the old tricks of the trade, and besides that, you know, as my dad can tell you a few war stories, you know, I can talk to your son here and tell him a few war stories also. And besides that, we sort of swap war stories, you know. It's really been a good time over here, especially with Mike over here now, you know. It's really, both of us.
Mike over here now.
It's
I'm shorter than you are.
both of us together, you know, we can. It's so much like home, you know. It's really nice. It's like when a couple of boys from home, you know, St. Francis. It's really great. And then with me and Mike here, you know, it's just you know, we give Vietnam 24 hours to leave, but they haven't left yet, you know.
Yeah, we gave Vietnam 24 hours to leave. It hasn't left yet. VC is still around. Everywhere's been Monkey Mountain, and everywhere's been Monkey Mountain. Well, come on, Frank. Hey, Frank. Hey, come on, Frank. Hey, Frank. My parents been asking about you now.
She's $2,000 away.
Tell him that, you know, you take care of the boy, you know.
Come on, Dad.
Come on.
Oh. Guys, I'm Frank, and we're trying to get Frankie to talk, you know, to you. Now, he's the one that brings me to church every Saturday. When I introduced Jeff to Frank tonight, this is a guy from my hometown, man. He's way out in the sticks from Moostown. Frank said, what? Is he from the East Coast? Yeah, he's all right. Well, I don't know exactly what we're going to say. The tape isn't even third down yet. So we're third down on one side, that is.
We're 2 sheets to the wind.
Is that all? It's only about 12. It's only about 12:30 right now at night. And I'm working tomorrow morning.
I am too.
Jeff is too. So, you know,
So,
we'll make it somehow.
c'est la vie, n'est-ce pas?
C'est la vie. All right.
Believe it or not, Mike's just sitting here cutting down the Frenchman. He's really cutting them down bad, and him being as French can bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. A moose down there talking about me cutting down the Frenchman. He lost more French than I ever dreamed of.
Yes, but I'm only 50%, you know. Huh? And you have 100%? You can talk about the French all you want, but wherever we go, the first thing I've held, you know, is the French, you know, because we are French. As you can understand from my language, you know, I mean, I've probably lost quite a bit since I've left, you know, but the French is in my language, you know, I mean, it's, how about my, just the way I'm talking now, the mic's flying all over the place, and so is my hands. So, there you can see my French, especially seeing as how my father can hardly speak English. I guess I'm quite a bit French. My mother, well, as soon as she gets your teeth, she may be able to speak again. Really, Mama, if you ever hear this tape, I'm sorry about the last remark. I mean, it wasn't directed against you, but it's kind of funny to, just the thought of it all. It's on, it's playing.
Jeff, don't feel bad, man. You ever see my mother with no teeth? Just like my sister Jean. Right, Jeannie? She don't want to even go out with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend keeps asking her to take out her teeth.
Well, Mike's giving y'all a hassle now. I just don't do that, I mean, it seems I'm a good boy. Talk about cutting down your teeth, I lost a few back in my last base, but that was through carelessness, Some of the Navy guy, But I'm friendly with the Navy already, They just, so happens that I just lost a few with them. And since then, I've been very, 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 very friendly with them.
You learn better.
Yeah, through experience, I've learned to keep my mouth shut. And if you ever come up against three of them, just do keep your mouth shut, because those Navy guys, they just don't take too much. Mike and I hope you don't mind. I mean, you're quite a ways away, but I hope you don't mind anyway. We're fixing to have a couple more beers, but we're being cool about the way we drink. We're very rational with it. I mean, we just don't get carried away with the whole thing. But look out VFW, look out American Legion, because the Warriors are coming back. Maybe the Fort Camp Warriors, but we're coming back.
Yeah, we'll be back in December. It's really nice having Jeff around, because he, you can always bullshit about home. Talk about the good old days when we were young and in our prime and all that stuff.
Plus we're going home together, huh?
Plus we're going home together. We went down to Da Nang, and all these people were beat. We're saying we were brothers, and Jeff's 21, and I'm saying I was 19, and
which you are. I'm 21.
We're feeding them all this stuff. We're saying we were brothers, and I never thought I'd see Jeff until my 4 years was up. But I got home on leave, and then 7 days later, Jeff showed up. Family reunion, and then we ended up both going to Vietnam. First, we were laying it on these guys, and you're, taking it all in, believing all this stuff. So, you guys can get out, like, really, it's real funny because these guys are really believing it, like, because if you have a brother that's already been to Vietnam, you don't have to go. You can get out of it. Or if you have somebody that in your family that's already there, you don't have to go. So these guys keep telling us all this stuff, wish we knew. And we're really laying it on thick, we cracked up, we really cracked up. Tell them about what, Jeff?
Tell them about the nice-looking girls we saw down there.
What do you mean? How can you see them through your shades?
I'll still wear my shades, Dad, in case you're checking. Tell Cloovy, he'd probably be interested. And he always had a thing.
Leave it there.
Okay.
You're right.
Hey, how I saw those deers on that hunting trip? I just saw that deer at the time I shot it. Talk about being an expert shot. It was really, really, really good shot. Everybody knew it was a good shot in town because right through the head, first time. What can you do, huh? Good shot. That's just comes naturally with shades on. But seeing as how steady you were that morning, Dad. Sorry, I had to shoot your deer too.
Oh, Mr. Posey, what's this stuff Jeff's telling me about now? Is he shooting your deers now? You take that on that one, he would never shoot anybody else's deer. He wouldn't even shoot his wife's deer, never mind his son's. Right, Dad? Right.
That's your dad?
I woke up one morning, Jeff, at 11:15. 11:30. I look out the window, man. Somebody was waking me up. Hey, Mike, you shot a deer, I look out the window. There's this big buck in the back of the pickup. I'm like, wow. Got it one shot, huh, Dad? Right through the neck, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Got you.
Where did I shoot it, Dad? Yeah. Because I'm there, Dad. When do I get my license? Oh.
Really, Dad, Mike's hassling you because you're such a bad shot, but that's okay. I know what you can hit. Very little. Especially after what you and Cloovy drank. I mean, you know, I just could see what you could hit that morning, you know. Your hands are about as steady as a 4 gales to the wind and the shake storm.
Hey, don't let Jeff put you down. Throw. Just take a look at him right now. Got his shades on, his camis. He doesn't have any stripes on his uniform.
What the hell, over?
Yeah, there he is. Can of beer in his hand, trying to say, "Lay it on me, baby, lay it on me."
Really, Dad, he's trying to cut me down, you see. But that's okay. Mr. Nettle, now, picture your son sitting back in a chair very comfortably, looking at me with a very distinctive look saying, "You ain't going to tell my dad, are you?" But I am. Okay. He's sitting back there. His eyes are about 20 degrees to the north and 40 degrees to the south. From there, he's still got a can of beer in his hands. He's still holding it, yes. Drunk? Oh, definitely, most affirmatively.
Hey,
and,
hey, Dad, I cut down.
Well, he's trying to quit drink. I mean, you know, he just told me, he says,
Slow but sure, Dad. You should have seen me last night.
yeah, but well, you could have seen him, but I'm sure he couldn't have seen you. But we're doing a good thing over here, you know what I
Tell
mean?
him about when you came to the room.
I came in the room this morning, woke Mike up, and I said, "Hey, Mike, you know," I says, "I'm supposed to be up here at 12 o'clock, and here I am." He says, "It's 12 o'clock already?" I says, "Yeah." And he rolls over and he says, "My head." And about a half hour later, he was still saying that, "My head, my head." No aspirins, but he was still saying, "My head." I think he had a little something wrong with his head, you know. I think it was a little bit too much to drink, actually.
No, don't believe him, Dad. See, I'm getting a little argument with these Navy guys.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about a little argument with the Navy guys. I ain't argued with Navy guys lately.
No. Really, Jeff and I are really blaming it on you people. We're really bullshitting. We're saying anything that comes into our mind, what's left of them.
This may change the subject a little bit, but I just noticed my boots got about a 3-inch scar on them. Nothing but leather, no polish lately. And tomorrow's Sunday, and Mama's son is off, so I gotta shine my boots in the morning. Oh, Mike, he's telling me to tell. Okay, we got a stand-up inspection tomorrow, which is where they, well, in the security police, you know, they really check your clothes. But oh, Mike, he's over there. He's really hassling me because, you know, he's got no such thing, you know. But he says, you know, he's going to talk to the commander. And Mike, you just tell me what you're going to tell my commander if, you know, if I flunk the inspection tomorrow. Not flunk it. I mean, you know, you just don't make it. That's all.
I'm going to tell his commander exactly this. Oh, Jeff got really drunk last night, man. He was in no condition to stand up in inspection. You ought to put a medal on him because he made it up in the morning to stand inspection. That's what you really should do.
Really, I'm not in that bad a shape, but, you know, I'm getting there. We're working on it. We figuring on, you know, just sending this tape back to y'all because,
Still got a whole side to do.
you see, Mom, maybe I don't write too much, and Mike, I guess, we'll have one he tells me he doesn't write too much either. But it's a lot higher than you think, you know. Oh, Mike, put the beer away, will you? I mean, you know.
Put the beer away.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my treat.
I'm trying to tell him.
It's not even my treat.
I'll see what I say, you know. See what I say, huh? The guy wants me to get drunk, you know.
So
That's your son, Mrs. Now. I mean, that's really your son.
10 cases of beer.
10 cases of beer. You see what he's saying? See what he's saying? Yeah.
It's not mine.
Really, war as hell. I mean, let him explain to you. 10 cases of beer and us up against the wall. I mean, and now he's flagging around a bottle of Calvers and a bottle of vodka, and he's saying, "Come and get me," you know, something like this, you know. But
that's an honest to goodness
really,
lie, Dad. I didn't say a word. I was just holding them up.
But really, you know, this is really this is really one of the first times we really had to get together and really get messed up. And messed up, I guess, is the word I could use. But you know, back home, I mean, when we get back there, well, Fort Kent, better. Duty, I tell you what, first of all, you tell Duty Mitchell, you know, don't want to hassle from me because, you know, I'm of drinking age. But if he hassles Mike, you know, there's two of us, you know. So you better not hassle Mike because he's hassling me.
What do you mean hassle me? Duty has never hassled me.
Because, you know,
The Royal Canadian Mountains, yes. Duty has never hassled
yes,
me.
I remember the Royal Canadian Mountains. They got you the same day as they got me.
Yeah, he got Jeff. There he is, good old Jeff, man. Falling too close to a motorcycle, trying to go up to Robinson's. I don't know what he wants to go up to Robinson's for. You'd have to ask him. He's falling too close. They got him the same night they got me. I'm not bragging about it because it really hurt me. Financially. Really hurt me financially.
Didn't hurt me much financially.
Didn't hurt Jeff much, man. He only paid $10. Hurt me, man. I almost 10 times that.
It didn't hurt me financially, but Mom was sort of mad.
Your mother was mad. Jeff, I could tell you stories about how my mother was from then after. Right, Mom? Right.
Well, we're going to get right down to a little bit serious part of Vietnam. I mean, war is really it's depressing and everything. I mean, when you get right down to it, you're away from your loved ones, away from everybody there is. But we have this thing, you know, it's really helping us out, you know. It's liquefied, and it's really sweet. It's got a little bit of bubbles to it, and Dad can explain a little bit further. And here it is. Now. Oh, you hear that sound? That was the sound of a Vietnamese beer being opened. And talk about being messed up, well, we're gonna get that way. Right, Mike?
I don't know about that, man. Now, I gotta work in the morning, so I'm gonna take it easy. Right, Jeff? Aren't you gonna take it easy since you're working at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon when I'm working at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I'm gonna really take it easy. I mean, I'm only gonna drink a case tonight instead of 2.
Put it that way, man. I mean, I guess I'll stick around for a while since you're cutting down and only taking a case at a time instead of 2. No, Dad, we're really bullshitting because we don't drink that much. Well, you know, just because I was home for 1 week and you had 3 trash barrels full of beer, I mean, it's not like that anymore. Or is it? You don't have the trash barrels, that's the only reason.
Dad, just because I drank beer when it was 50 degrees below zero and you were bringing me from Bangor to to home, because I couldn't get a plane to Prescott, you know, that doesn't mean that I'm an alcoholic, but, you know, it's a good implement. It's a good idea what old Arthur's like, you know. Old Arthur is really doing something.
You know, we can waste the tape.
You know, they say, like I've said before, night war is hell. But, you know, it's nothing like y'all think it is, really. I mean, getting really serious about the whole thing. Mike and I, you know, we're up here tonight. We're sitting in a really decent room. There's no rain on our heads. There's no nothing. It's nothing like what you people think it is back there, you know. You see, the people back in the States that live in a fallacy. They think everybody lives in a foxhole, and there's war going on all around them all the time, you know. So, you know, there's really nothing that you people should worry about.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said earlier in the tape, you know, occasional rockets, you know, and cyber attacks, but really there's nothing, absolutely nothing that y'all should be worried about. So I can't see why you worry about it. I know mothers do worry, you know, that's one thing, but being really getting down to where everybody worries about me, you know, there's no reason for y'all to worry about either one of us, because we're both men, and I believe we're men because of I mean, hell, we wouldn't be here if we weren't, would we? And have a little confidence in us, for one thing, you know. I mean, it may sound very, yeah. It may sound very funny, but hell, we're trying, you know. I mean, like y'all did in your war. I mean, it seems to be it's turned over to us, you know, and now it's our war. In a way, you know, it's thrown at thrown into our laps in a different way than y'all seen it. I mean, everybody was against the war when I came over here. And Mike, well, I'll let Mike explain a little bit further as to where people were against the war.
Like Jeff said, like they turned the war over to us. You know, a lot of people over here, man, they're really against like what we call porkers. You know, at this base, like Jeff and a few other people, you know, didn't know what we meant when I called somebody a porker. Because we got these three classes for someone who stays in. Either he's a career man, which means he can make it out on the outside as well as he can make it in. But I mean, he's really trying to do something for the country. Then you got these lifers, which means he cannot make it on the outside, but he doesn't hard-ass anybody that's in there trying. He doesn't, unless they really deserve it. Then you got these people.
Porkers.
Porkers, man. Porkers.
Porkers.
Yeah, porkers, man. These people, man, they come over here, 22 years in the service, man.
Only an E5.
Only an E5, which is a staff sergeant.
E5, 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 E5.
I mean, they don't do nothing. They can't make it on the outside. They can't really make it in the service, but the only thing they're doing is, hold on.
Right.
Jeff just met Frank tonight, and he called him, you know, he said, Porker, he said, you mean like Frank? Because Frank is bald-headed, you know, and he's old. 50 years old. But I just explained to him, like, Frank is...
Well, Frank is like a father to anybody. I mean, he's like an old man, and everybody gets the opinion he isn't like a father. That's what I call him, Pops. And...
yeah, like you said, you know, just because a lot of people, just because he's old, you know, just get first impressions. And first impressions do mean a lot to some people. But don't mean a lot to me, because I take the person as they are.
Amen.
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 So,
No, we're not at Mass.
yeah, we're not at Mass. But, like, Frank is all right, because, I mean, he's trying. How many people do you get that are almost 50 years old that really, really try to help somebody out? Like, he got a boy that's going to University of New York or at Albany or something like that, Buffalo. And he's fantastic. Like, he just really helps these guys out. Like, we had a movie the other night, and it was about this family whose wife, who wanted, instead of adopting a child, the mother wanted the father to, you know, get a baby through somebody else because it'd be part his, you know. And I said, man, I'm all for that stuff. He didn't agree with me at all, because personally it was his own opinion. He didn't like the movie because, you know, like, he has an adopted child. See, like, his first boy is about a month and a half older than I am. You know, that's his, and because of that, you know, his wife, you know, couldn't have any more kids. So his little girl, he adopted her when she was 5 days old. You know, so the only parents she knows is him. Like, if you heard that, man, that was Jeff opening another beer. You know, Jeff opening another beer. For me. So, like I said, for me, I'm not gonna, you know, lie to you, because
He's no condition to lie to anybody. He isn't in any condition to lie to anybody.
you don't believe him. You know, he's just, see, we're making this tape, and then we're gonna play it over, because both of us are, we're not drunk by any means, but we're 4 sheets to the wind, like Jeff just said, which means we're not bad. We're just feeling happy tonight, because we wouldn't make a tape without, you know, being happy. And most of my tapes I had made to you people, which you already know. I mean, I sounded strange. The only reason I sounded strange because I made sure I hadn't drank in about 2 days before I talked to you, and I didn't have nothing to say. So, you know, tonight.